So, yesterday when I left you, although you could be binge watching these and watching them one after the other, I ended the previous video yesterday. I was in a blind panic because there was water pouring down through this hole leading up into my living room. And it was just like there was water everywhere. There was a lot of water. I had that manifold turned on for maybe a minute, 30 seconds, and there was just like a downpour. So I was freaking right out, and it was pretty bad. So yeah, you can kind of see the wetness on the ground. I ended the video and I ran upstairs. So I'll do like a reenactment. I ran upstairs in a blind panic. Ran upstairs. Oh, yep. And I mean, I'd already turned everything off, so there wasn't more I could do to like stop the water. It was just the system was pressurized, so there's a lot of water. Came in here to the living room, and this entire corner was full of water. You can still see a little bit of darkness on the ground, on the floor from where the water was. I toweled it up as best I could. No permanent damage, thankfully. But yeah, there was just a pool of water here. And it looked like it was either coming from this connection or this one. So I mopped up as much of the water as I could. And I thought, well, I really need to know exactly where the water is leaking out from. I doubt it's multiple locations. So I went back downstairs and I turned the water back on just a crack. And then I raced back up here. And there was just water jetting out of this join. So I messed up the soldering connection on this one where this pipe goes into this elbow. There was like a whole bunch of solder missing on the inside of the join. I hadn't used enough solder, and so it was just like spraying water out, and it was like going everywhere. So having now located the leak, I went downstairs, turned all the water off, opened up the manifold, drained the system so there was no more water in any of these pipes. And then I desoldered this connection here, and I also desoldered the top one so that I could take the entire elbow off. Cleaned it all up, just like removed all the old solder, refluxed it, put it all back together, resoldered it, and then fired up the system. And it's 100%. So there was one major fuck up, which was pretty scary. And it was a big kind of wake-up call to just really, I don't know, when in doubt, over-solder, I guess. I thought those connections were good. But all the other ones are tickety-boo, so there's no worries there. I just must have gotten sloppy with that one. I was moving pretty quick, and I was drinking a couple of beers, so maybe while I was doing that last night of radiator install, I got a bit cocky. Anyway, paid the price with some slightly elevated, cortisol levels for a minute there. But now it's 100% functioning. Can't hear it, but it's on right now, heating this space up. It's so cozy in here. So there's like nice warm air coming out of there. Just wafting. Wafting. So let's have a look. We got this radiator in behind the couch, which is just going to sit there and basically like heat the couch up. It's just going to like waft warm air through the couch. Be good for the couch as well. It'll mean the couch like dries nicely. Not that it should be getting like too wet, but you know, human bodies, moist things. This one here, radiator in front of the window box, fully functioning, warming the room also. So there's like 12 feet of baseboard in each of these large rooms, which according to the calculator should be enough. I think, yeah, we'll see. It's going to get real cold in about a week, so that'll be the true test. And then here in the nest, this one down here. And yeah, does the trick. I think it's a pretty well balanced system. I think I've sized things roughly correctly. This room, the exterior walls are insulated, so I'm not too worried about heat loss there. But it's on a corner, so it's got 2 exterior walls. I mean, they're all kind of pretty exposed-ish. I don't know. Yeah, there's 6 feet in there, 12 feet in this one, 12 feet in all the big spaces. So yeah, next step, I mean, it's amazing. I went out last night, so I was in a big panic because I was meeting a friend for dinner. And then I came back with her, and everything was like nice and cozy here. It was pretty novel stepping into my kitchen and feeling the air being warm on a cold night. It was, yeah, phenomenal. So, central heating works. 12 feet in here. I've got this little guy because there was a tiny, tiny, tiny little drip coming out from the join between these two. You can kind of see the water there, but it seems to have stopped. I'm not sure. It's such a tiny, tiny little leak. I'm reluctant to like desolder that entire run just because I'll have to like decouple this entire section of radiator to like get to that middle join. So I don't know. We'll see how we go. There was another tiny leak in my manifold system downstairs as well. It seems to have resolved itself. So I think these leaks are like so small. All it takes is for like a little bit of like salt buildup or something to like seal them. Yeah, that's that. And then 12 feet here in the kitchen. Showed you that before. But now it's all running. Let's go and listen to it run. So that noise you can hear is my hot water unit. It's got kind of a noisy fan. Yeah, currently heating. See that red light? Heating. This thing here is like pumping water through the system. See, that's our flow rate, 4 litres per minute. Pipe's nice and hot. Pump running nice and quietly. Hot water unit, it's a noisy bugger. Might have to replace that fan at some point, but it works perfectly fine. Yeah, radiators installed. Ended up being a win, but fuck, that was scary. Yeah, just had to knuckle down and do what needed doing. All right, let's listen to this circulator now. So that's the noise. That's the loudest that this thing is. It's such a lovely silent system. Nice. And it's a beautiful day outside. I've actually got a few like nice 60-degree days ahead of us before the hardcore cold snap. So any troubleshooting, I don't know, it kind of takes the load off. Takes the pressure off having to have a fully functioning central heating system. But yeah, I'm just going to take this time to get tidy up the backyard maybe, do some stuff in the basement. Hey Keith! Hang out with Keith outside. Isn't it nice? Oh yeah, so I now own this side lot. Like half of this. So pretty much where that kind of stripe of lawnmower clippings. So this and the one on the other side are our kingdom. Alright, that's it. Radiators installation complete. Central heating achieved. Yes.